Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Slanted Attic Experience. Fish is interrupting in the beginning, of course, but that's all right. You know, we're back, I believe, for our 10th episode, double digits, and what better way to cap off that Big 10 other than having these two guys that have been on many of my shows before. We played a lot of video games, many a great conversation. Most of you should know these two from various social media means or methods, or however you get your media in today's society. But for those of you who need a reintroduction, we have Fish and Nick. If you guys just want to go one at a time, tell us a little bit about yourselves, set the mood. That would be wonderful.
Let you take the do the honors here.
Yeah, I guess everybody knows I'm Fish. Better known as Sawtooth This.
That's right.
Some of our social media platforms. So, but yeah, I mean, I know Tyler from high school. We played baseball together. He's doing good things. We play video games together. He carries me because I'm not that good. But other than that, I mean, we just shoot the shit. Sorry for cussing.
No, that's okay. You're allowed to do that.
Oh, okay, cool. Perfect. Fuck. Yeah, go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, so as Fish, just refer to me as Nick. That is my name. Another PA boy here, Fish and I. No, that's Jules right now. Not at the moment, but Jules and I kind of became familiar with each other, I would say through, like, Roe and Fish. Like, I knew of you because, like, Maya and I were in the same grade and everything, but we were never, close until then. But finishing up, like, a week left of school, go to LVC, football, and then I have one class in the fall, and I'll finish my last year of football, and then I'm starting the real world, which will suck.
So did you get that extra year of eligibility for COVID?
Yeah.
Is that what?
Yep. So this is like this upcoming year is like the last year of like any COVID stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. That's awesome though, man. I mean, I'm sure it's great to come back for one more year, especially if you're taking classes. Like, why not play football too, right?
Yeah, I'll basically take one online class and then just substitute teach the whole week. So like, I'm pretty much just having a job and playing football. So I can't really complain too much about that.
Yep. So substitute teaching, is that you get credits for that, and that'll be like actual,
just like paid. So like I'll substitute at a middle school like 4 or 5 days a week, and it's just like I'm on their like payroll, their staff there. So that'll be nice.
Nice. That's cool. Real time experience. That's awesome, man.
Definitely.
So are you, after school, are you planning on staying in the area, getting a job with like a local school district, or like what's your plan? I know what grade are you again? I'm sorry, I forget.
Or you mean?
No, I'm saying like it's what kids. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Pre-K 4, but I've been like thinking more so middle school lately, just because I don't know. Like I think the fall will have a good idea of like how it is, but I don't know. I'm kind of leaning more middle school, which I have to like take tests to get certified, so it's not the end of the world. But,
sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I don't know, man. I'm impartial when it comes to that stuff. I would say high school or older for me. I mean, I remember how I was when I was 12 years old, man. I mean, I can't imagine trying to corral 25, I don't know, class sizes, 25 of those kids in the same room and give at middle school, you're one subject, right? So you give similar lectures, I guess.
Like 4 or 5 times a day, same thing.
Yeah, right. So, I don't know. I mean, if that floats your boat, good for you, man. I mean, I know you've been chasing this for a while, so it'll be awesome when it comes to fruition.
No, it'll be exciting. Plus, middle school, you get better coaching opportunity. So that's like
true.
That's like another big thing, like swaying me that way. But yeah,
I didn't even think of that. So you want to coach football?
I'd like help with football, but I don't have the like knowledge to have like a big role. Just being completely honest, like I tell my coaches now, like I don't really know football that well. Like you tell me to do something, I'll do it. But basketball would be like ideal, just because I've played my whole life and like I know that way better.
Here you go. You got Tug, bro. Tug's a good reference.
I thought he was there.
He I don't really know what happened, so I don't want to speak out of pocket because I plan on having him on the podcast as well, and I'll get him to explain what's going on. But apparently he was in the running for head coach of the high school boys team in Palmyra. And there were like 3 guys left, and I guess he didn't get selected. I don't really know what happened there, but kind of sucks because, I mean, think about Tug and the longevity of him being in Palmyra, I guess.
Oh, 100%.
The guy's going to be there for a very long time. So why not invest in somebody that is great in the community, a good person, a great character, and you don't have to worry about him probably moving to another school district unless, something happened.
Yeah,
a lot of cash,
let him build
it's hard to
culture
turn
early.
down that money.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. He'll be there for a few years. But I don't know who they went with. I'm not hip to Palmyra athletics as much anymore.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. But no, I knew he had some kind of interaction with the team. I just wasn't sure what it was.
Yeah, he was coaching I want to say the freshman team, and then he went up to JV last year, I want to say. But he said he had Alex Dorda for a year.
Dude.
And he said he was nuts, but now his dad's not letting him play basketball.
Really? No way.
Yeah, baseball only. Mm-hmm.
Wow. I mean, I remember, like, when I was, like, helping with camps, like, I watched him throughout, like, all the years, and I mean, every year he would be, like, we would have, like, pick teams, he'd be the first kid. Kid's just
Dude, he's an athlete.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
It sucks, too. What's that?
Did I hear that right? Melvin's not letting him play basketball?
Yep. So, like, that sucks, too, Like, what are college coaches looking for in a young athlete that's going to play sports at their university, right? They want kids that play 3 sports, not just one, usually, unless they're very transcendent in that individual sport. Then I'm sure, they're going to get looked at or picked up for those reasons. But I feel like, yeah, you want your kids to branch out, play different sports, learn how to work with different teams in different various situations, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm being crazy, but
nah, I definitely agree. I mean, there's 3 kids on our team that play basketball too. So like, and that's in college. Yeah. So like, I think if you can handle all of it, go for it.
Yeah. Dude, college, that'd be way different. I mean, that'd be very difficult to juggle 2 sports. I mean, sheesh. But I was more talking about high school because I think it's not as labor intensive on the kids to get their classwork done and play 2 sports in the year. You know what I mean? But Fish, I'm sorry we lost you for a second there, man. What's going on?
Sawtooth disconnected.
Yeah.
Dude, it just gave me another warning again.
Yeah, I just got that too. Maybe it was on my part.
I honestly have no idea. I just kept clicking camera, and then eventually, I literally just sat here and went.
You just gotta tap it. Just hit the computer.
No, dude, I wanted to kind of bring you into the conversation a little bit and talk about, your concrete laying opportunity that you're cooking it with, apparently, from what I come to understand. I feel like some of the people that do listen to this podcast have an ear for construction. A couple of my buddies, previous coworkers that I still keep in contact with and stuff like that. Something interesting you were telling me. Can you explain again how you guys lay the concrete? You said you dig with God, I can't remember what it is, like a plant thingy that drills into the ground.
Yeah, the plant auger.
Yes, auger. That's what it is.
It looks like a spiral staircase, but it's like sharp metal. So it digs into the ground, do it like 3 to 4 inches down, throw some excess concrete down in it, and it serves as like an anchor for it.
So do you guys slump test before every pour?
The worst part is I get to make the batches too.
Really? Well, so, I mean, once you're good at it, though, I'm sure you know it almost by eye. No.
I'm only laughing because today I had 2 that were they were unusable for like an hour because they were so wet.
Yeah.
If you put too much water in it, it just becomes this jello. Not the stuff you're looking for.
Yeah.
It happened twice today.
You can't really do anything with that once it's too watery, right? You could try to put more aggregate in or cement mix, but it really won't help.
There's nothing you can do. So like that's what you gotta go slow, but like you also gotta go fast so that you can make it fast enough for them to keep going.
Right. And so something interesting that happened to me, I think it was 2 weeks ago. Our superintendent was doing a pad or a slab pour. They already had everything set up. and the truck that came out first had the incorrect size aggregate. So they had to send it back to the wherever the fuck it came from and bring a whole new batch in. And he said he had to stay there because they got to finish it that day because they were only doing one pour, which sucked.
That makes sense because right now we're struggling with that too. We're not sure which sand is better. There's like 4 different types of sand, and each sand has a different type of aggregate in it. And so that we're on like our 3rd different type of sand, and we're like, I don't know if this is working any better or not. Like
how? So, okay, so here's a good question to ask, and maybe you know the answer. How would you test the usability or the quality of that? Because, you know, like, is it going to be how smooth the faces are, how fast you can pour it, like how quickly it cures? You know what I mean? Like what are the measurable quantitative pieces that you could actually measure so you could figure out which sand is working best? Because I know there's differences each one.
To be honest with you, I think all of it does, because it does make a difference when your machine's moving and it's pushing it out the back. How far that machine moves, you're getting more footage per batch, so you're saving money there. And obviously with more sand, like with less sand used. So like, I can see why that's like a good question. Like that is a good question. I think it all does factor into it. But the way to figure that out would just be we use 3 5-gallon buckets full.
Mm-hmm.
Just get 3 5-gallon buckets full of each sand and just run a batch and see which one works the best.
Right. Maybe you could run a promo to like a customer, say, hey, we're testing this shit out. We'll offer you 20% off if you let us try 3 different ones at your property or something like that.
Most of the time, we just do it at his house because he's got a big backyard.
Oh, there you go. Well, even better, even easier. Yeah, that's interesting. So how do you mix the concrete? Do you have a truck and then do you like pump it out?
We have a truck with a 21-foot trailer.
Nice.
And the mixer's on the back of the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So then it goes mixer, sand pit. So like we have a tarped sand pit.
Right.
With like a little doorway that you can open up for the sand to shovel it out into the buckets. And then like we have a 2-door like swing open big like hatch area with all of our tools, colors. Uh-huh. The machine goes in there. And like all of our necessities. So you shovel it out into buckets and then you lay it from the buckets? We do it. No, we pour it into a wheelbarrow. We run 2 wheelbarrows at a time. Yep. So while one is being used, I'm making a batch for the empty wheelbarrow. By the time that batch is ready, he runs it over, grabs the empty wheelbarrow, usually around the same time. And I have the next one going already. So like you got the next one ready to rip. Yeah, so it sounds like you guys got a pretty good process going. I've never laid concrete by hand. I bet you it's probably pretty difficult, isn't it? It can be brutal. Yeah, I'm sure. It sounds corny because we're technically doing it at people's houses. Like the lady brought us out donuts and muffins today and yesterday. So like, it is labor intensive, but like it's not really that bad. That's kind of hype, dude. It's fun though. I like it. I take donuts and muffins. Hell yeah. We get a lot of good customers. They get us food all the time. Like we got $25 tip the other day. They don't have to tip us. We're doing their landscape work. Right. So like they don't have to tip us, but they give us pizza. I got beer from a guy the one time. There you go. So yeah. No, that's great. Well, it sounds like you're enjoying it too, so that's good. And you're learning a lot about it. That's the best thing. I was talking to somebody recently, and the best thing about the job that I have now is I've learned as much, if not more, in the past 6 months at this company than I had in my previous 2, put together. So it's always, I was going to say it's always more interesting to learn more, right? Get more knowledge and be invested. I went to Waco, Texas with my boss this year to the reunion down in Waco. And, oh my gosh, the things that I learned, dude, I talked to so many different franchise owners and I was like, really? You do it like that? Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, no way. That's not a bad idea. So like just having conversation with them was super fun. But I learned so much from the training aspect too, because they laid samples for us and they were like, "This is what you should do," and I was like, "Duh." Right. Why? I was like, "Why didn't we think of this?"
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, it only goes as far as what somebody else is willing to share, I guess. So it's kind of cool that that conglomerate of people seem relatable enough or informal enough for you to talk to them about whatever. How, like, what did you guys do? Did you rent out like a banquet hall and hang out and just talk about concrete all day?
They have a huge farm.
Nice.
So like, and it's like a wedding hall or something like that.
Yeah.
They run weddings out of there. But it's also the people that own the original Border Magic franchise. So
right.
They're just
they're loaded. There.
It was a super nice place, but they just rented it out and we were in a hotel like 2 minutes down the road.
That's sick. That was probably a lot of fun. Yeah, I've yet to be to like one of those conferences yet. The first company I worked for canceled it that year. And I was like, all right, man.
Yeah, so I'll end with my work conversation on this note. Last year, we won Best Border Magic franchise out of all of the Border Magic franchises. So Damn. That was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
But this year, we won Best Border Magic franchise. Last year's numbers, we already hit for this year, and we've been doing it for 3 weeks.
Damn. So yeah, you guys are cooking.
Yeah. I guess I did forget to say that we're now like doing it Monday through Friday. We used to just do it on weekends.
Interesting. That's awesome.
My boss was he was a full-time Marine.
Oh wow.
And so he just retired after 22 years, and now we do this Monday through Friday.
Nice. No, that's great, man. Good for you guys. It sounds like you got a process going. Maybe you can expand a little bit.
That's the goal. We're trying to look to go a little bit further away, but not much.
Yeah. Well, sweet. Okay, well, to everybody out there that's listening and in the central Pennsylvania area, we're going to drop a link to Fish's Border Magic franchise down below, and be sure to check them out for all of your landscaping concrete needs. So, real quick, Nick, do you want to talk about your thing you got going on here? We can plug you a little bit, and then we'll get on to some of the other stuff I was, wanted to talk about with you guys.
Yeah, Tyler will plug the YouTube and Twitch down below. But right. Probably maybe June, July, I forget the exact month. Just kind of started a YouTube channel with like different like sports content. So like Madden franchise, MLB franchise, Twitch stream kind of like whatever. Fortnite, Fall Guys recently. Some MLB The Show. Just bought Rainbow Six Siege today, like nice. Right before this. So we're gonna give that a shot. Not sure how it's gonna be. Not sure how it's gonna be. It was $10, so I was like, $10, why not? But yeah, I think I've gotten 196 in like subscribers for YouTube. So like I guess like with that not even being a year, like it's not terrible. It's good pace.
No, absolutely not. It starts to compound after you hit probably like 200 to 250. Yeah. Then it gets recommended to more people because you're starting to reach a more broad network.
Yep. Right now I'm in that like weird phase where it's like I'll get one like every week, like, and it's like I'm waiting to kind of like, or have just one video like pop off, and it's like, all right.
Yep. Yeah, I've got no traction on the YouTube for this channel, so it's all right. I've got to rebuild some of that stuff. It's all good, man. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to shout you out. Make sure we plug all your shit in the description below. Yeah, everybody listening, our wide array of fans, the 19 of you or 16 of you that are followers on Spotify. We appreciate each and every one of you. But yeah, go check. What is it? Nick Mo, is that what it is? I'll plug it all below. But
the YouTube's TheMoShow 19.
TheMoShow.
And then the Twitch is TheMoShow with 2 W's because someone already had TheMoShow. So not quite sure who that'd be, but all right.
You gotta track him down, dude. Offer to buy from him for like
I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, check him out. Yeah, so everybody listening, go give him a follow, drop a subscription, check out his content. I've watched numerous of the videos, lots of minutes invested in that, and highly recommend that the rest of you do the same. But anyway, what's Fish trying to say?
Nick's baseball franchise on YouTube is really good.
Yeah.
I know you had the Diamondbacks. I was gonna say I gotta give credit to Tyler though, because he's kind of with like the Slanted Attic stuff kind of introduced me to all the streaming, editing, stuff like that. So I got to give you your flowers there. Definitely appreciate the that, mentor.
Thank you. No, I mean, you've been really consistent with it too, which has been awesome. So that's really what you gotta stick with, and that consistency is key for everything.
It is.
Yeah. So I didn't go to the gym last week for the first time in 20 weeks. It was my first week that I didn't go. I partied a little too hard. Yeah, probably. I partied a little too hard in New York City last weekend or 2 weekends ago. So I was had like a head cold and I was not feeling it all week. So
rest is important too, though.
Yes, rest is also important. Yep. Nope. But I went back today. Got a quick guy in. I think I'm gonna go to the running shoes store, Fleetfoot, I think is what it's called. I'm gonna run, buy some fucking really expensive shoes, and then run for like 2 months and then never use them again. Just being honest.
Fish at run.
Yeah, well, dude, that's why we play baseball, man.
Dude, I'm gonna have to run on Sunday. I'm playing softball again.
Nice. How's that going? You played with your boss's team last year, didn't you?
Yeah. We won it all.
No way. I don't know if I knew that.
You guys are just winners.
4 in a row, dude.
4 in a row.
4 trips in a row.
What league is it? Is it like
it's just the
franchisee league?
I have no idea.
No, that's fun.
Sunday softball league.
I need to do something like that, man. I've been back in the gym. I've been playing golf, but I need to do like softball
softball. Dude, it's so fun.
Yeah.
I literally just sit in the outfield, piss old guys off because I catch everything.
You probably got a rocket, dude. They probably get pissed.
I do. They get so mad. I'm egging them on most of the time. I'm like, come on, why don't you run? And I'm just like, go. I'm like fielding a ground ball. I'm like, please go, please go, please go. Because I'm just going to throw them out.
So you can huck it. Yeah, man, I miss that. I don't know if I'd tear my ligament again if I tried doing that. So I need to take it slowly with something like that.
I don't warm up. I throw the ball like 3 or 4 times a game. And
bro, you're asking for trouble, man. We're getting older. We're not that old yet, but dude, once you hit like 30, that shit's gonna you're gonna tear your labrum or your rotator cuff or some
30,
stupid shit.
I won't have to be playing the outfield. I can play like first base or something.
There you go. And just hit bombs.
Dude, that's what I'm stuck right now. I either get a hold of one or I hit one to the fence and I gotta run. So it's
run. So it's all centered around the fact that you never want to run.
Pretty much. Because if I don't hit it out, they're expecting me to at least get a double. But they want a triple.
Right.
If Fish is running, then there's probably something behind him forcing him to run.
Yeah.
And he's never willingly can.
Exactly. If it's close and like we're playing like shit, I'll occasionally get like a stupid hustle triple and I'll just be like, do I have to do it all myself? just to piss all my friends. Dude, I play with a bunch of 40-year-olds.
Hell yeah, dude. That's probably so fun.
It is. Here, I'll show you a picture of our team. We're tough.
Yeah, absolutely. While you're doing that, I'm going to share the screen of the current standings in the MLB. I thought that was kind of a great way to segue into that. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Fish, for talking about softball. So, the Pirates... Oh, wait. Hold on. No share screen so we can see Fish's team. Love it. Nobody's got an arm sleeve, though, dude. Yeah. Dude, bro, the bases are only, 60 feet, too, so that probably,
it dropped like a sack of blocks, dude. It was bad. It was so
I'm
bad.
I'm sure, dude. That shit would hurt. I remember getting pegged in like high school, and those guys were throwing fucking 78 miles an hour. And this dude, I guarantee you, that's $115, $120 off the fucking bat. That shit would hurt.
I stood no chance. I'll tell you that.
All right, so you guys are both Philly fans.
I can do this.
But I just kind of wanted to bring up this little shit show that we got going on right here at 3-7. We lost all 4 games to the fucking Mets, dude. Are the Mets even any good?
No.
We lost 4 in a row to the Mets.
The Mets have the same roster they've had for the past 4 years.
But don't they not want to pay Pete Alonso or some shit?
He's like he could probably be like a deadline target if they start tanking. I mean, they started off really bad, and they kind of just like, I mean, see right there, 7-3 in their last 10, like kind of rips them off.
I was gonna say Pittsburgh did catch them out when they were hot, so.
I feel like that's how Pittsburgh was last year, though. Like, didn't they, like, the first 10 games, they were just so hot, and then just...
Yeah, we were, like, 28-11 at one point, and then we very much regressed. But we got O'Neal Cruz this year. We got Skeens coming up through the minors. I'm
excited for him.
He should come to the bigs pretty soon, if I had, there. I know, me too. Honestly, they're just trying to save him for a good debut, I think. But no, we have pretty much the same team as last year, trying to get guys in the groove. I feel like our bats have been okay. We've got 102 runs scored, which is traditionally more than I think we've had in the last 5 or so years. Well, probably even longer than that. It's going to
be tough this year.
Yeah. Well, we're playing the Brewers right now, I think, or maybe that game ended. We beat them twice. Thank God.
But one thing I think we should talk about is how bad Houston is, and I love it.
I didn't even realize
what's going on with that? I didn't really like...
I love it.
I thought it was like the first week I knew they were last, but I was like, whatever, it's the first week, like, it's what it is. But, like, I didn't realize they're still, like, 10 games below 500. Like, the Athletics are above them.
Millersville.
Really?
has alumni within the Houston Astros organization.
I'm trying to find like stats.
I said this to Fish, and I stand by it. I think the Pirates are going to be the future like Orioles of the NL.
You think so?
They got like so much young talent, and like I feel like if they just gel and click, like it just reminds me of, like the Orioles. Like the Orioles were kind of like bottom-ish of like the league, and then last year just everyone clicked and like took off. Especially you guys have gross young pitchers.
Yes, I think our organization, since we've got new management, has done an exceptional job. I do still think we're going to be bottlenecked by the cost. I don't think our Bob Nutting, our owners, is willing to shell out a little bit more money, and I think that could be crucial over the next 3-ish years for our team. And I just, I don't know if he's really invested. It sucks, but that's my worry. But I agree with you.
Yeah, I wouldn't, like, I think 2-3 years, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they're, just clicking.
Yeah, man. I mean, we've got a good roster right now. Brian Hayes won a Gold Glove last year. O'Neal Cruz is back after injury. What's-his-face just came off a great season, Brian Reynolds. We've got Kutch getting into the groove. He hit home runs the last 2 nights. He's at the tail end of his career, unfortunately, but we're not really paying a lot of money. Plus, I'm sure he brings a lot of fans and ticket sales and like merch. Yeah, exactly. And
he's glue. Right. He's the glue guy.
Yes, we had what's-his-face that I'm pissed we got rid of early last year. It wasn't Vogelbach, but it was like a huge first baseman. He was like a tank. I'm pissed we got rid of him last year. No, Josh Bell has been with the Nats, I think, for a couple years now.
Are you sure it wasn't Danny Vogelbach? Because he played for the Mets last year, I remember, but he might have played Pirates before the Mets.
Who was it, dude?
I forget. I mean, you also have Tamar Johnson, who's like a top 10 prospect in baseball, and like
I don't know who that is.
Jones. I only know of him from MLB The Show.
Yeah, I used to know a lot about the NBA when I was playing 2K. I mean, that was the most I ever knew. Was it Santana?
Oh, maybe it was Santana.
He's a good first baseman, like a low key guy.
It was probably Santana.
5'11", 215. That's like what I weigh. Big boy. But realistically, who are your guys' teams this year?
I mean, if bias, I say the Phillies just because I'm biased. I mean, after the first 2 weeks, I was surely tweeting definitely not overreactionary things. But their pitching staff, starting pitchers right now, have just been utterly filthy.
Yeah, man.
It's insane.
Yeah, they were good last year, too, especially down the stretch.
Braves are always a threat. But Strider, I'm pretty sure he's out all year, which is
yes.
Yeah, that's a big blow. Dodgers, I want to say, but I feel like teams who do what they do, they just don't ever win.
That division is so loaded anyway. Go to that division.
The NL West?
Yeah.
Padres are kind
of tight.
Well, the Rockies are really good.
Is stupid. The Diamondbacks aren't even playing. Aren't even playing good right now.
Dude, the year I was there, they went to the playoffs, and then they just shit the bed.
Yeah, that was back when Charlie Blackmon was a stud.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, AL, Yankees are the top, I think.
Yep, Yankees and the
Orioles.
Yankees and the Braves are tied for the. Oh no, it's the Cleveland Guardians are in first.
How about the Royals too?
Yeah, right. One of Grace's high school friend's brother is a pitcher for the Royals. He got brought up to the bigs last year.
Do you know the name?
Yeah, his name's Daniel Lynch.
He sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I say 4.5. Being last place is crazy.
Yeah. 12 wins. Dude, I didn't even know they lost 20 games. Are they that bad?
Dude, it's pretty. I mean, I watched them play the Phillies this past weekend, and everyone was like, "Oh, they dominated." That team's a Double-A team at best. Back-to-back games, Phillies had no hitters through the seventh. I don't think there's a single player batting over 200. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's bad.
They're not showing the. I like to see runs scored. Why don't I want to see day and night game stats?
Yeah.
I don't know. At least the other one had that. But yeah, I kind of want to see how many runs they've scored. Probably not very many if they lost 20 fucking games. That's bad. Jeez. All right. Well, let's transition to something a little bit less depressing than the Chicago White Sox, who have lost 20 out of 23 games to start the MLB season. Something that I did want to talk about, because it happened earlier today or late last night, was the reinstatement of Reggie Bush's Heisman Trophy. So, both of you kind of give me your thoughts about this, and then I'll follow up with kind of what I think.
I'll start us off because Fish Pie would. You want to start, or are you
I do want to start because here's what I'm going to say. I have no idea what any of this means. Nick, take it away.
No, I mean, Reggie Bush played for USC, running back, one of the most electrifying college football players. Basically got his Heisman taken away because it was kind of related to a name, image, likeness thing with school kind of gave him money, which is what they all do now. So I never really understood it because it's I get back then, but the moment NIL became a thing, he should have just gotten it back.
Yes.
You guys promote it now. Guys enter the transfer portal every year just to go get money, which, you know what? If you can get a bag, go get a bag. But,
yes.
I know Manziel, Matt Leinart, said, they're not going to Heisman ceremonies.
Fucking Leinart, bro.
Matt Leinart.
I bet you nobody remembers him, man.
Yeah, that's...
he got drafted by the Chiefs, right? And totally busted.
Yeah. And then I think I want to say he played for the Cardinals. I don't know why I'm picturing him in a Cardinals uniform.
He reminds me of Kurt Warner.
That might be Kurt Warner. I know Kurt Warner played for the Cardinals. Now I'm curious who he played for. I gotta look it up. But,
I don't know. Yeah,
I think it's about time.
Yeah.
It's just if other Heisman guys who won literally said we're not gonna go to the Heisman ceremony until Reggie Bush is reinstated, I don't know why it took so long.
Yeah, I mean, also, what about some of the other Heisman Trophy winners? Not all of them are exactly the best role models, I guess, so to speak. Johnny Manziel is a good example of that. O.J. Simpson's an even better example of that. And they still had their Heisman trophies. Reggie Bush took some fucking money, dude. Come on. Like, we know this has been happening for a long time. I guess introduction of the NIL into college athletics, I think it just solidified what had already been going on for a long period of time. I do think it's better for the college athletes themselves. Go out and get your money. Absolutely. Especially if you're making a university a ton of cash, you know, for the program that you're playing for, you might as well be compensated for it as well. You know, what are you guys' thoughts on NIL? I'm kind of assuming you're along the same train, but
yeah, I mean, I always kind of thought like I never get like I mean I get why they didn't do it for the longest time, but like you think of like big name athletes and it's like people are like, we'll just use Caleb Williams because of the NFL draft being tomorrow. Like that guy is one of the most talked about quarterbacks like in the past couple years since he started playing, and it's brought USC way more attention. It's like, why should he not be rewarded for basically making USC more relevant than usual? Like that's why I was always just like, I don't get what the big deal is. Kind of like with NCAA football, like they didn't have it for years because they wouldn't pay the players, and I think they ended up paying them. I forget what it was. I thought it was like they get a game of the copy and like $500, and it's like that's what you guys were waiting for. $500? What are we doing?
Yep.
Crazy.
No, I totally agree.
I was going to say, I agree with Nick on that aspect. I just wish the transfer portal wouldn't come into play so much.
Yeah,
I wish big name athletes wouldn't keep just jumping schools. Like Buffalo, like Colorado, Deion Sanders is a prime example of that.
Yep.
People go there just to play for him and then end up leaving because they're a booth program.
Yeah.
That's what I was actually... I'm glad you said something about that, because I know, like, I think it was the number one rated corner. It was like, I'll say top three because I don't know exactly. Yeah, like he might have been last year, top three corner, just entered the transfer portal. Their running back from last year, I think it was like Dylan Edwards, entered the transfer portal. So it's like something's going on over there, because I feel like, you know, these big name guys committed there thinking something like was going to be the atmosphere, and clearly it's not what they think. Like, I don't know. Everyone just kind of like praises Deion's like culture, and I'm like, yeah, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty cool start to that season, beating TCU, which, you know, I do give them credit for, but they totally flopped after that, which is, you know, wild, because I thought they had a lot of good talent on that team. You know, I don't know as much about college football, you know, as probably you guys, but I've only really started watching it since, you know, I went to school myself. I was never a huge college football fan, but it's almost more interesting, especially now that the NIL is a thing. I think it's going to incentivize college athletes to stay in school for longer, and we might see more exceptional play at that level. You know, maybe, you know, those high tier guys are always going to surpass, and they're going to go to the league regardless, I think. We're going to see that in basketball, I think, more than football, but, you know, those guys that are destined to go to the league are going to end up there one way or another, maybe in less time than what we would hope. But I think those mid to high tier guys, it gives them a lot more of an incentive to stay at school, complete their education, and, you know, play for a really good football team. So I'm hoping, you know, Virginia Tech can take advantage of that here in the next couple years. Apparently we've turned the program around. Shout out Garrett. Texted him on Instagram the other day. I was like, how the Hokies looking, bro? He's like,
dude, that kid's doing great things for himself.
Yeah, good for him, man. I'm glad he's enjoying it. But yeah, man, it's been a long road for me. I mean, I'm sure I've talked to you guys about it before, but I went in my freshman year being one of the best Hokies teams since the 2000s, Vic, and then Tyrod Taylor after him, those two eras. And then we were that next wave, man. We were consistently ranked in the top 15, if not 25, for like 2 seasons. And then Justin Fuente kind of ruined it for all of us there at Virginia Tech. He did no recruiting. Apparently players hated him. We signed him to this massive deal. So firing him took up a large amount of our budget to hire the next coach, and everybody thought it was going to be Shane Beamer. I think he's still at South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I know he's there last year. No, maybe he went somewhere else. Anyway, we ended up getting Brent Pry from Penn State, and apparently he's a player's coach. The guys really, really like him around. He's very motivational. So we saw an uptick in our team last year, I think. So it'll be more interesting to watch this year. For like 2 years, man, it wasn't even worth me watching games sometimes. We just get spanked.
Like you would.
Yeah, Ben.
Yeah, you guys in the student section, like, I remember those pictures. I was like, damn, that looks fucking fun. That's my biggest regret. Is if I could do it again, I'd go to if I'm not going to finish, I'd go to a bigger school.
Dude, we should all go to a Virginia Tech Hokies game one time. I mean, it is an unreal atmosphere. Enter Sandman's awesome. I mean, I'm sure you guys have heard about it. It's praised as one of the best entrances in college football. But I mean, dude, the people stay, and it really the crowd is so invested in the game. That's why it's so exciting. It's just like so much energy when you're there every game. I like to compare it to when I was in DC. I was at the Capital One Arena for a Nationals. Not a Nationals, I'm sorry. The Nationals haven't been in the playoffs since they fucking won in like 2016. The Capitals were in the playoffs, I think it was 2 years ago, and I'm sitting at the very, very top, like 3 rows from, the concrete CMUs they got up there. And I just remember standing up the whole time, and just the intensity of the crowd and everybody oohing and ahhing as the puck would get near the net and the cheering. It just reminded me of a Virginia Tech football game. So yeah, once we pop off a little bit, make, hundreds of thousands of dollars of ad revenue on the Slanted Attic Experience, we'll take everybody to a Virginia Tech game, get the real experience.
Adding to that NIL, I just thought of like 2 things off the top of my head. Like, another thing people didn't, I think, realize about it is, like, there's this, like, for example, this one YouTuber I've watched since I was in high school because he was, like, a grade above me. But, like, he made money off YouTube, but then when he got to college, he had to stop until NIL. So, like, you're thinking if those people who, like, that's their income and they can't, get it even though they're just, like, doing what they do. Like, that.
Yep.
That's one thing. And then kind of like with what you said, like, I look at, like, UNC basketball, for example, like, Armando Bacot last year, RJ Davis this year. It's like, it's guys who know they're probably not going to get drafted, but they can come back to school, get an NIL deal, and just make a bag. So it's like, why would you not come back? Like, I think it just gives those opportunities for the guys who maybe aren't going to get drafted, but, like, are good in just a college atmosphere. Like, let them live it up.
Yeah, 100%, man. Totally agree with you. To your first point, I had a buddy in college. I'll have to show you guys sometime if I can dig up the video. But my junior year, I was in a cinematography class, filmmaking, and I had to do like an end of term or a final project. And my buddy at the time was a relatively famous Twitter, user, as well as YouTube profile. And he was making income, and he couldn't do anything in college because he was on the track and field team, and they had won, multiple Division I NCAA championships. And I believe 3 months after, so let me preface this with, I went to his house, brought like the whole tripod, filmed the whole thing, edited the whole interview. It's probably like 20 minutes long. I interviewed him about a bunch of stuff, asked him about his plans for the future, his time in athletics, stuff like that, compared to his YouTube ideology, his YouTube self, how he's making money, how he got into gaming, et cetera, et cetera. And at the end, he cuts it off and he's like, dude, I'm dropping out and I'm moving to LA to pursue this full time. He's like, nobody knows yet. So sure enough, 2.5, 3 months later, he's gone, and now he's part of a group that has millions of subscribers on YouTube, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. and he goes to all the creator events, all that stuff. He's filming with all kinds of crazy people. He's on a bunch of Mr. Beast's content. Are you guys familiar with 100 Thieves?
It sounds very familiar.
Yeah, so I watched a lot of competitive Call of Duty in high school.
Nick Merckx? Isn't it Nick Merckx? Or was?
Nick Merckx was at one point associated with them, but it got started by a guy that I watched a lot in high school. His name was Nadeshot. He was on Optic Gaming, and they were a huge Call of Duty team. They won a lot of tournaments. And then, much later on, when we were in college, he created his own team. It was called 100 Thieves. And he did incredibly well, signed people like Nick Merckx. I think Courage was on 100 Thieves at one point. A bunch of big names in the Fortnite community. I think they've since dissolved, but he actually got an opportunity to sign a salaried contract and live in a beautiful house in LA and just film content all the time. So, yeah, I mean, for somebody like that, that's directly to your point of trying to make money off of, an alternate source of income. And now he could have stayed in school, probably made a bunch of money, and now would have been doing his thing. But, I mean, he's been pretty successful, so maybe the college degree wouldn't have made a difference. But, you never know, man. Right? He could be the next, what's his name? Noah Lyles, the guy that runs 100-meter dash. You never know. Is that his name?
I think it's something. What did you say, Michael Phelps?
That was just one.
USA field 1 meter.
Olympics are this year, right? That might be a stupid question.
Yeah, it's in July.
Okay.
Yeah, Abby's going.
Noah Lyles.
Actually,
I was right.
where's it
Fuck
at?
you guys, man.
Paris.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a weekend, week, the whole thing.
Oh yeah, it'll be like 2 weeks, won't it? Dude,
I think
I'm pissed that it's not the Winter Olympics. I love watching curling. That shit bangs, dude.
I like the bobsled teams when they just whip around.
That shit is mortifying. Have you seen POV videos of those people doing that? They're moving at 80 miles an hour, bro.
All of the things that you could watch during the Winter Olympics, and you like curling.
Curling.
Why?
Because those dudes talk mad shit, and it's hard. It's like your backyard beer game, dude. It's like shuffleboard or like cornhole or darts.
I'm filthy at cornhole.
They should implement a pong in the Summer Olympics.
I mean, we should just make our own, bro. We should just make our own Olympics.
That's true.
The best ESPN 8. We should partner with ESPN 8, the Ocho, and get what were the sports? Do you guys remember from dodgeball? It was like tractor racing and midget tossing, I think, were the featured events.
We actually do a Pong, our school does a Pong tournament, at the end of the year.
Oh, that's cool.
A school, or a campus-wide, yeah. So I think it's actually Saturday.
I think I've seen some of your social media posts about that. Have you ever come close to winning?
So I did it my sophomore and junior year. Sophomore year, I actually won the whole thing. And then junior year,
wow.
Last year I got fourth. So
how many people play?
I want to say it's 60 teams.
Damn.
So 120 people.
Yeah, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I every year I'm I hope I lose the first round just so I don't have I can go home, and it just doesn't work out that way.
And then
I'm there for 6 hours, and I'm oh man.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible to win stuff. I hate winning.
Yeah. Well, I just hate it the next day. I'm just
Yeah, right. Oh, no way. Really? What are they seeing? Is that what you're telling us? Yeah, okay.
So her brother Alex and fiance Rachel were the only two that were able to get men's basketball tickets.
Oh.
So they have men's basketball tickets. All of
USA or just okay.
USA. They have women's USA basketball tickets for all of them. Men's US soccer, if it works out. They're working on getting field hockey tickets. They have 5 USA women's soccer tickets. They're also seeing rugby, gymnastics, field hockey, not USA. Handball,
they're seeing gymnastics,
beach volleyball,
and beach volleyball.
Volleyball, and track.
Nice. The only thing that I would add to that list would be swimming, but that's probably super limited because everybody wants to watch swimming. Electric.
But so she's going to that.
Dude, that's so awesome. That's like a once in a lifetime thing. That's even like more. Okay. All right. Here, let's pose a question to you guys. Masters tournament, like any of the major golf tournaments, you could choose, if you want to go see the British Open over at like Royal Kent, Royal New Kent, or Royal Kent Golf Club or whatever. If you want to go see that beautiful landscape on the cliffs, traditional courses ever, the Masters, the US Open, or you could go to the Olympics, or you could go to any of the, major sporting events in the US, Super Bowl, World Series, NBA championship. What would you choose? You can only pick one. And whatever you choose, you'll never have an opportunity to go to one of the other events ever again.
Well, like, here's my big question. I would choose Super Bowl, like, if it was the Eagles and they won. Like, or are you saying, and like, we're just saying a Super Bowl?
Yes, just
because that was the scenario. Super Bowl.
Well, of course, yeah, absolutely.
Super Bowl. I don't know, because it's like if your team's in it, like that's the only reason you go. But it's like if they don't win, you're gonna be like, I just wasted all this money for them to lose.
Well, it's free, no money involved. You get either top of the line experience at all the places, or if you want something like if you're going to watch a golf tournament, you don't have to be up in the VIP section the whole time, or like if you're at football, you could get a front row seat instead of a box. It's kind of whatever you want.
Pierce, what are you thinking for this one? I feel like I know what you're gonna say.
I feel like you think you know, but I don't think you know.
I think you're gonna say like Game 7 of the World Series.
No, I don't think my anxiety can tolerate that. That would be pretty electric.
That would be pretty cool.
That'd be awesome.
I feel like I would pick Stanley Cup.
The Stanley Cup. Yeah, I forgot the Stanley Cup. I'm sorry.
I think the NHL playoffs are the most electric atmosphere.
Have you ever been to a playoff game?
No.
Dude, you heard me talking about that one earlier. I didn't even give a shit who won. I don't even remember who the other team was. I just remember how invigorating the experience was. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We went to a Dallas Stars game in Texas when we were down there. It was a regular season game, and it was still, every seat was packed, and it was intense.
Dude,
it was awesome.
Dude, the year after I left Denver, Avalanche won the cup. I could have went to all those games, dude. The company I was working for has a box. They sponsor the helmets.
That would have been sick.
Wouldn't that have been cool? Yeah, I went to a couple games. They were awesome. Hockey is on another level.
Oh, yeah. Nick, have you ever been to a professional game?
Not, surprisingly not. I've never been to professional hockey. I mean, Bears, like, you can call that whatever you want to call it, but, like, Flyers now, Caps now.
Yeah, dude, those guys are so fast.
I just haven't been able. I don't know. I just can't. Playoff hockey, like if the Flyers were in it, like I turn on, obviously. Right. But like if they're not, I just don't.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've been watching way more NHL than NBA this year. Now that it's the playoffs, I'll be watching both. But dude, NHL regular season, those guys game the entire time. I feel like they're 100%. 100% of the time. Those guys are a different breed of athlete. Yeah. Literally.
That's why I mean, like, watching that shit in person is even more insane. Like, it is so fast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's crazy. I think, like, people don't appreciate how hard it is to do half the things they can do on ice skates. I mean, I consider myself a decent skater, too, and that's just unreal.
I can't skate too.
Yeah, but you played hockey.
But then, me?
Didn't you play hockey?
No.
You didn't play hockey? All right. No. Well, I'm sorry.
You look like a hockey player.
Yeah.
I never played.
I thought you did.
I wish I did, but it was so expensive.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All of it's so expensive.
Nick, what did you choose? What's your choice?
I'd probably take Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl.
I'd probably take Super Bowl.
Yeah, Grace's dad got to go when the Eagles went.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
See, that's I'd probably take Super Bowl because I'd probably like go with my dad, and like that'd just be awesome.
And the Waste Management Open was the same week, so we got to go to Friday round of that too, or Saturday.
That I was actually gonna say that's something I want to go to.
Yeah.
I think I'm the machine going to the X Games.
The Winter X Games? Yeah, that would be pretty sick.
I feel like that would be sick.
That would be so fun. And I feel like those people just party, dude. Yeah, you're a snowboarder.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, not really, but like I go.
Yeah, well, you go more than I do.
I feel like going to watch that would be super fun.
That would be super neat.
You know what's also electric? This might be a hot take. USC's electric.
I would definitely go to a title match.
Yeah.
There was I want to say there's like a fight in Jersey this summer, and I think before the card was announced, my buddies looked and like the cheapest tickets were like $300, which like isn't bad. And then like once they announced who it was already like lowest was 1,000.
Yeah.
But like I'd want to go to UFC because those things are just so electric.
Yeah, dude. I am starting jiu-jitsu, I think, next month. So you better watch out.
There you go.
Next time I come to Palmyra.
There you go.
I'm too big for it, though, so it'll be interesting to watch all the dudes that are like 5'3" fucking rip me. I mean, those guys, seriously, though, like the smaller your center of gravity, the better you can move in jiu-jitsu, because it's a lot of, ground fighting and movements and like holds. So I'm going to be such at a disadvantage, which is going to suck for like a couple months, and then hopefully I'll figure it out, or I'll get pissed and... Yeah. Like what? Yeah. Like Austin Powers?
I think that's awesome. That's awesome.
Fat bastard from Austin Powers. What'd you say, Fish? Yeah. Yeah, I really want to learn a martial art. I always wanted to. Yep.
Like this summer I thought about, because I think it's like the Anvil Fitness Center, or like yes. Right there they have like boxing like lessons. Like I kind of want to take like a few just to like know how to box. Dude. Like not be good, but just like punch.
I need to give you Darren's phone number. He knows the guy that owns that fitness space below.
Oh, really?
The Anvil Fitness Center. It's like a little downstairs, and it's like a whole ring, and they have a bunch of free weights and machines and stuff. Yeah, I'll have to connect you with that. That's funny. That's funny definitely. You said that, but yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, so, I've always wanted to do shit like that. I've been much more active recently. Let me give you guys my answer first before we move on to the next subject, and I guess we can kind of transition through that. I would probably choose Sunday Masters round, to be honest with you. Grace and I have been watching a ridiculous amount of golf. I've been gambling on it and watching it every week. Not significant amounts for those of you out there. I do not have a gambling problem. We'll just set the record straight.
He does not need to call the hotline.
Yeah, that's right. That they announce all the time. I must hear it 6 times a day on ESPN radio. But yeah, I thought that was a good way to segue into some golf here. We'll talk about that for like 10, 15 minutes, and then I'll let you guys go because I've probably taken up, enough of your time. But anyways, I know you guys have been playing a bunch recently. I think, Nick, did you play today? I saw it pop up on my 18 Birdies app.
So I was actually telling Fish before we got here. Funny story. Fish and I did a scramble. When was that, Fish? Friday?
Saturday.
Last Saturday. We both played like really well. I probably played the best I've ever played. I think we shot an 81. We went to Treetop. So like we were both like very pleased. And I told him, I was like, next time I go, like I'm going to just play horribly. So I started at Spring Creek. Started with like 2 double bogeys, and then got a par on the par 3, and I was like, all right, turn around, here we go. Just collapsed, and I just stopped keeping track. I just was treating it like a practice session, was just, putting, missing. Like, I'd get lip outs, and I'm like, all right, we're just going to put the ball back, and we're going to try again. But, like, I was telling Fish, I just do better in scrambles because, like, if he has a good shot, or whoever it is, then I'm like, all right, no pressure on me.
Yep.
But if they have a bad shot, it's like, well, if I suck, you suck. So, like, whatever. Yep. So, like, it's just a mental game of being like, just swing.
Dude,
but yeah,
mental game of golf is absolutely the most difficult part. I mean, both of you guys are athletes, right? So, definitely the most difficult part of golf. Yes.
And I was on pace for my best round ever, my lowest round ever, and my lowest right now is an 88.
Nice.
I had a horrible front nine. I shot 50 on the front, and then I parred 10, I parred 11, and I parred 12. I'm like, okay, I'm playing some really good golf right now.
Yep.
Getting to the green, I'm giving myself a birdie putt. They'll start to fall. Just keep doing that. I shot a 42 on the last 6 holes.
Yeah, dude, that's where it'll get you. What course were you playing?
Four Seasons.
Four Seasons. I don't know if I've played there. Is it nice?
It's a nice course. It's fairly straight, but it plays as good as it gets. Like, it's not a difficult course. It's fun though.
Yeah, the issue that I run into here in Richmond is there's a lot of decent public courses, but all the good courses are private. You have to get invited by a member. I've been lucky enough. One of my buddies, he actually invited me this weekend, but I'm not in town, to play his course, which is a country club. Beautiful course. They had some drainage issues, so they're currently working on that. But, dude, literally every single tee sheet is smack full everywhere, every weekend. So I can't even get out to a public course unless I have 3 other people to play with, and I'm ready to wait the entire time. So golf has gotten really popular over the course of the last couple years. I think more than it ever has been before. But it's honestly awesome to see all the new players come in here and enjoy the space, because people don't understand golf as much as I wish they would. And once you start to play, man, you start to understand the sport and how incredibly talented those guys on TV are as they make those shots. So,
yeah, I think I even said, it might have been in our group chat, watching the Masters, you just see some shots. Well, I think it was, the specific clip was, I think it was Scotty Scheffler. Might have been Saturday. He had that chip in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know but it's just you see it. I say chip in. It was a specific one. I don't know if some of you know. I got an alert on ESPN.
Yeah.
And it's just how? He placed it not even near the pin, but just rolls. And I'm you don't really understand it. It's like you said, until you golf and you realize just how hard it is to place the ball where they place it. I have some time striking the ball, let alone placing it like that.
What do you turn around and say, I meant to do that the first time?
Yeah, dude, it's there. It's
yep.
I don't understand. I just don't understand it. I'm I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, dude, and at that level, there's so many different factors. At our level, it's pretty much make solid contact with the ball, hit it at the center of the green, right? Those guys land it in specific spots for different pin placements, for different hills and angles.
Not even hit it at the center of the green. Just try and hit it straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if you hit it straight the whole way, or the green, you should be fine.
Theoretically,
vice versa.
Yeah, theoretically, that's how it works. That's how you golf.
Try not to go this way.
Yeah, mine's...
Yeah, dude. No, I got a new set of irons, and I'm trying to adjust my swing because my length is different, and also the shafts, I think, are different. So I've got to go get that regripped. I got to get a swing coach. I actually did just get a launch monitor, if you guys have ever used the ones at, I guess Topgolf has them. But I got one that connects to my phone and tells me all my shot distances and stuff like that. So looking forward to using that. But on that train of thought of, how good those professionals are, I just wanted to break down for people that aren't really golfers how many different things really affect those players. You've got the wind, you've got pin location, you've got slope and different yardages that you hit clubs differently. You have different shots. They can hit a draw, a fade, a low draw, a low fade, a high draw, high fade, and it all affects differently how the golf ball lands on the green, how it reacts once it hits the green, all of these different things. And not only do they have to do that perfectly every single time, they have to do it in the right moment because a gust of wind might come out of nowhere. They have to hit the ball exactly flush. That's what's so impressive about that Scotty chip that you referenced. Not only did he have to place it in the exact location, he had to hit it right. And sometimes, playing in those long Bermuda grass rough courses, it's so thick that sometimes it's really hard to pick it clean. I don't think I could ever do some shit like that unless I played, once a day for the next 2 years. Then we might be talking once every 10 rounds I could chip something in, or 10 rounds, probably 20 rounds I could chip something in, and that's probably being generous. It just goes to show how much hard work, effort, and talent, these guys put in and have to reach that culmination. I mean, Scotty Scheffler's unreal right now.
It's the crazy thing is isn't it like he has to keep it up for 52 consecutive weeks or something to even be close to Tiger, which just shows. I was telling my one buddy Nassau, I was I wish I appreciated golf when Tiger was in his prime, because it's you watch highlights and you're like, this guy's just insane.
Well, we were just born at the time of his real prime.
Yeah.
I mean, he really started, and I think he won the amateur championship the year I was born, in 97. 97, yeah. And then 98, 99, he proceeded to get on tour. And then 99, I think, is the year that he won by 18 strokes at the U.S. Open at Pebble Beach, which is fucking insanity. There were 3 players over par. He was minus 18, Ernie Els was minus 3, and then one guy was minus 1. Everybody else shot over par. I mean, how ridiculous is that?
Yeah. That's... yeah.
Dude, I actually do pull that up on YouTube. That's when we get back from a night of drinking, we like to watch YouTube videos of concerts or whatever. And that's my thing, bro. I watched Tiger Woods' full final round at Pebble Beach in the U.S. Open. It might be 2000. I don't know. Might be referencing
I know
that
what I'm watching at night when I go to sleep. Oh yeah, Tyler, adding on to it, I went to Spring Creek.
Nice.
They just had clubs, $3, 60 degree.
There you go, dude. Yeah.
So I'm you know what?
100%.
Yeah.
No. That's the best way to do it, man. And then build up your set until you you're putting in that much time where it's worth spending a couple $100 on a set. In my opinion, it's not even worth it. I mean, you could be gaming the high quality shit and just suck at golf, just like everybody else.
I haven't bought any, all my clubs have been gifted to me from my cousin or etc. But I think next year, since hopefully by the end of next year, beginning of summer, I'll have a job, I want to slowly save to get fitted and then a set, so it's I have a set for the next 25, 30 years. Whether I'm good or bad, I have them. It is what it is. Because really, I can see myself, especially with a school schedule, golfing every weekend if I have nothing to do. Whether it's myself or whatever. But yeah, I was happy to get a $3 club.
I'm totally with you. My current set, I bought off of Facebook Marketplace for $40, but I'm missing 3 clubs. My previous set before that was my dad's old set. I think the last time I bought a club, other than the ones recently, was 8 or 9 years ago. So I'm mix and match. I got a new 56 degree Evoke for $10 off of Facebook Marketplace. So I do need to put some money into them. I need to get them re-gripped. I need my driver re-shafted and the tip installed. Need a new grip on that as well. So there's definitely money to be put into it, but I mean, I'm playing just fine golf with the 6 irons I have right now and the 3 wood.
What do you average? If you do an 18, because I know you're significantly better than Fish and I, so I'm just curious.
I'm about a 12 handicap, so I'm probably around 80 to 85 most of the time. Bad round for me is 85 to 92 is a bad round for me. Well, 88 to 92. Anything 85 to 87, it's probably I had a couple of mistakes that I shouldn't have, but overall I probably played okay.
Yeah, we need to golf.
Yeah, I shot my last full round that I played.
That would be fun.
I shot a 90.
It would be, 100%.
I shot a 90 and I had 43 putts. I averaged 3.1 putts a hole. Something fucking crazy like that.
Yeah, it'd be fun just to get out there and golf, but then I also know I'd swing and you'd be all right, well, I know you're doing this wrong right away or something.
Well, I mean, dude, I'm totally impartial to that. If you don't want me to talk about it, I am more than willing to shut the fuck up.
No, I encourage it. I mean, Fish and I literally had an experience like that where I think it was a solo dude in front of us, and we asked to play through, and he was you guys can just join. So then we ended up playing, And we played like the whole back nine, and then he waited until like hole 18. He's like, I noticed something with your swing, and I was like, dude, you could have said this after the first hole. I was like, I don't care. I was like, please, like,
yeah,
like I don't think I'm good enough to be like, no, don't tell me what to do. Like, I will take any advice.
Dude, some people just are very adamant about doing things their way and, you know, not taking advice, which, you know, more power to them, man. I don't care. Like, if that fits your character, like, I won't bother you, right? But, you know, golf's a very fun sport, and I want other people to enjoy that fun with me. And part of that fun is hitting more flush shots. That's what I say, dude. There's nothing like hitting a perfect iron shot. It's like hitting a home run or probably catching a touchdown pass. You know, it's like that instant gratification. That's what keeps me coming back. It's also
like, it's like Fish says, it's like nice to just watch someone else do it. Like, it's the one sport where, like, even if you're in like a scramble and it's like Fish and I against you and someone, and you have a great shot, it's like, man, that was a great shot. Like, you can't be mad at them because you just like appreciate golf and how hard it actually is.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, we're all amateurs. We're not, unless we're gambling per like handicap stroke advantage and stuff like that, we're not really competing other than with ourselves. Like, I don't think when Grace comes and golfs with me, I don't think she understands how competitive I am with myself. Like, I'll have a great time and everybody, I'll be chill with everybody, but I will get so upset about specific shots, you know, because I know that I'm better than that, right?
It's Fish.
And the hardest part of golf, dude, by far, is pulling yourself together after a poor shot.
Literally me. It's such a mental. I mean, I'm the same way. I think I've gathered that though from like football, like being a corner. It's like if you get burned on a touchdown, it's tough to just like like you're like, well, now I can't get burned, so you're playing back, and it's just like I'll have a bad hole, and then I'm like, all right, like this drive will be good, I'll be set, and then it's a bad drive, and I'm like, well, like this hole's a wash. Where it's like not really, like I could still put 2-3 good shots, and I'm right there. Like it's huge mental game.
I will say though, I don't know, I feel almost worse in the football perspective because I'd be letting other people down. At least in golf, I'm just, you know, I'm just letting myself down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm just like, I suck.
Right. And, you know, that's something that actually, you know, as I mature in age, I've gotten better at regulating myself, being more calm on the golf course. And I think that translates to daily life as well, you know, how to deal with adversity, how to deal with tough situations, you know, obviously to a different extent, but it's a real practice, man. Stoicism.
Yeah, I've never golfed by myself, but I might try it actually.
It's great.
Just to see how Fish, have you ever done that? Like yourself? I didn't know if you have or not.
I do it all the time.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
I can never find it though. Like around here, it's so hard to get out as a single and just play. I work a 9-to-5 salary job, so I find a hard time, you know, I have a hard time finding the time to do that. Well, I'll end it on this. I will be up sometime in May, and I told everyone that I'm coming there to play golf and see Tug's new apartment. So we're setting up a time to play golf, and we'll go. I mean, I'll go anywhere, whatever you guys typically play. Treetop. I like whatchamacallit, Fairview there in Fairview's not relatively inexpensive, and it's usually a well manicured course. That's a problem around here too, man. Like, I'm getting shitty greens. You know, they're just not well maintained because it's got a lot of foot traffic, and it costs an enormous amount of money to maintain that type of stuff. So, yeah, the private courses are always way better, unfortunately.
Do you know what week you're coming up, or just a week?
Yeah, I'll shoot you guys some dates. I'm in between like 2 weekends, I believe. So I just got to confirm some stuff, and I'll let you know so then we can try to plan ahead of time.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely be down to do that. 100%.
Beautiful. Let's do it. But anyway, as always, appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day. Fish, you know, staying up past your bedtime. Nick taking away from the youths of America, you know. So, you know, I really appreciate you guys coming on and doing this with me. It means a lot. It's something that I've been passionate about for a long time, and I'm just trying to get the resources together and the time together to continue doing it. So, I mean, appreciate you guys being here. Any last final comments before we wrap it up for the viewers out here?
Thank you, brother. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, keep it up.
Yeah, no, seriously, keep it up.
Good.
Appreciate it, guys. Well, anyway, we'll get... Yeah, of course. We'll get Fish's Landscaping Company in the description below. Make sure to check them out, as well as TheMoShow 19 on YouTube and TheMoShow with 2 W's on Twitch. Drop them a follow. Make sure to check out all of their content. Nick's a good dude, and he's an even better YouTuber. So we'll put both those links in the description. And again, thank you all for listening, taking the time out of your day to spend some time with us here on the Slanted Attic Experience. We'll see you in the next one.